Digital Reflections presentation, Protecting Those Who Protect Us. James Watkins, Professor Gretchen Leach Wurzecha, IDS 101 Cornerstone Seminar, Summer 2019. Introduction. The purpose of this research report is to examine the need for continual physical fitness training for firefighters in order to reduce the leading cause of line of duty deaths of firefighters, which is cardiovascular events. This research will also attempt to answer the following questions. How can fire departments make sure that all their firefighters are physically fit for duty? Mandating firefighters to undergo fitness for duty exams annually throughout their careers will aid in reducing the risk of line of duty injuries, deaths, and the costs that departments pay for injury-related claims. Relevance of the research to me. As a deputy chief for a local fire department, it is so disheartening to see fellow firefighters continuously out of work because of cardiovascular events. In my 20 years on the fire department, there have been many firefighters who have died from CVEs while on duty. These events take a huge toll not only on the fire department, but the community being served. Furthermore, if a firefighter experiences a CVE while fighting a fire, the fire department will have to send for more resources. These resources will continue to fight the fire, find the victims, and find their injured personnel. This reduces response times and further delays care to the community being served. The first main point in support of my thesis. There have been many research studies developed to address the need for requiring fire departments to make sure their personnel are physically fit for duty. Researchers Sortyride, Hauser, Kawachi, Larokapis, Christiani, and Kells, 2015, reviewed the body mass index (BMI) of firefighters over a period of 5 years. This research study found on average the participants of the study gained 1 to 2 pounds per year of active firefighter duty. These researchers discussed obesity as a major concern among firefighters and shows worsening trends over a time period. Periodic medical evaluations coupled with exercise and dietary guidelines are needed to address this problem, which threatens firefighters' health and may jeopardize public safety. The relevance of this article is to reinforce the need for compliance with National Firefighter Protection Association standards, therefore producing a healthier workforce. The second main point in support of my thesis. Although fire departments across the country plan on following NFPA standards, most fall short, which requires departments to pay out billions of dollars in injury-related claims annually. The departments are forced to pay out for their claims, but lack the funding or resources to supply their personnel with necessary exercise equipment to implement a health and wellness program. There are many cost-efficient ways to develop a health and wellness program. Fire departments can utilize easily accessible equipment for health and fitness. The cost to run a health and wellness program can be kept to a minimum. For example, if there isn't a treadmill at the firehouse, then personnel can run outside within the fire district being served. Therefore, a lack of funding or resources is not a viable excuse for not mandating a health and wellness program to keep all firefighting personnel fit for duty. The third main point in support of the thesis. Unfortunately, all of the knowledge at hand and NFPA standards in place, fire departments nationwide have failed to produce healthier personnel. Researchers Pollack, Clacy, Palmer, Simons, and Abel, 2015, found that many fire departments across the nation want to follow NFPA standards. NFPA 1500 Standard on Fire Department Occupational Safety, Health and Wellness Program, NFPA 1582 Standard on Comprehensive Occupational Medical Program for Fire Departments, and NFPA 1583 Standard on Health-Related Fitness Programs for Fire Department members. These standards were set forth by the NFPA so that departments are able to keep personnel safe, healthy, and fit for duty. However, only 30% of fire departments in the United States are in compliance with NFPA 1500, 1582, and 1583. Fire departments should be held accountable for not complying with NFPA standards because non-compliance becomes a public health issue. Counter argument. Firefighting is a very physically demanding profession. In order to become a career firefighter, one must pass an extensive physical training exam prior to and during the fire academy. New recruits are in good health and physical shape to fight fires and save lives. Therefore, firefighters should remain physically fit in order to perform their job throughout their career. However, this is not the case in fire departments across the United States because this physical training is no longer monitored or required. According to Gore, Bailey, Gittleson, and Pollack, Approximately 80% of paid and volunteer firefighters are overweight or obese. This places an individual at higher risk for having a CVE, the number one cause of line of duty death in firefighters. Response to the opponent counter argument. The required fit for duty training and testing should be very similar to the candidate physical ability test. This is a very strict requirement for individuals to become firefighters, and passing the CPAT is one of them. The CPAT was developed in 1997 by the Fire Service Joint Labor Management Task Force and is the recognized standard for measuring an individual's ability to handle the physical demands of being a firefighter. Hansen, Scheif, Bennett, Kim, Su, Shim, and Hurley, 2010. This test is timed and measured how candidates handle 8 separate events, all designed to reflect tasks on the job. However, there isn't a similar physical ability test requirement for firefighters once on duty. It is time to change this standard nationwide and make this a mandated requirement for all fire departments. Alternative solutions on the opponent's argument. Unfortunately, with all of this knowledge at hand and NFPA standards in place, fire departments nationwide have failed to produce healthier personnel. The next research article viewed was Firefighter Health and Fitness Assessment, a Call to Action, which provided the reader with history of fire departments' demographics over 30 years. These researchers found that in order to truly perform in this profession, aptitude and agility is required, and also determine what the average firefighter current level of fitness should resemble. Therefore, fire departments should utilize this information and implement it into all required department standards in order for personnel to perform at their absolute best. The sad truth is most firefighters are not as healthy as society needs them to be. In conclusion, many fire departments across the nation have failed to maintain fit personnel. This paper further supported the need for fire departments to mandate their personnel to undergo fitness for duty education, training, and exams throughout their firefighter career on an annual basis. This requirement will, in turn, decrease injury, cardiovascular events, and the cost departments pay in injury-related claims. It is time for the fire departments to assure that all their personnel are truly fit for duty because the community needs healthy firefighters. Reflections on the research paper. I learned qualitative information about firefighters throughout the U.S. I also learned a lot of information that was enlightening, very enlightening for myself as a firefighter, and surprising information. Reflections on the course. Cornerstone Seminar is my first online college course. Over the last 8 weeks, I learned how to formally complete a research paper, an annotated bibliography, and a checklist. My references are all here for the assignment and digital reflections. This completes my digital reflections presentation. Conclusion, James Watkins.